What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of DJI Throws. I'm about to warm up, but while that's going on, I want to share with you guys a couple tips that you can start to incorporate into your own throws practices to try to get a more smooth throw. So the first thing that I like to start off by mentioning is that throwing a lot will be the biggest thing that will help you throw far. That being said, while you're throwing a lot, you want to make sure that you're working on good positions. So I want to explain to you guys a couple positions that I'm trying to find in my throws that will hopefully help you understand a bit more about the physics of throwing and the positions that you're trying to hit. The first thing that I want you to see is a kinetic chain of energy moving through the body. And you're doing this by activating different muscles at different times that sends a ripple of energy through your body. And ideally, you release it right on the very finish at the extension of your arm. And this is something that I really try to think about when I'm working on picking. Just really easy throws and feel my hips come through all the way, and then trying to feel the energy keep moving all the way through my body into the tips of my fingers where I snap the ball out of them on the very finish. You can see the same energy transfer happening if you watch a boxer when they throw a punch, or a golfer hitting a golf ball, or really any power event that you're trying to apply the force at a certain moment into whatever you're trying to do, and throwing is no exception. Picture trying to stand and throwing the shot put straight up without bending your legs or doing anything, using only your arm. Now applying more force by using your legs and waiting for the kinetic chain of energy to reach your fingertips before you snap it out, you're going to ultimately get a lot more power into the implement. So what you're trying to do with your technique is maintain good positions so that on the finish you can maximize the power out of your throw from timing up this kinetic chain of energy moving through your body. I just wanted to quickly use this example to show that if you are timing everything up properly, even without extending my arm, you can see the energy transfer that's going into the ball by seeing that it's moving. And all it took was just a little bit of hip activation, and that just snaps everything through. As opposed to no hips, where just look at this thing. Ugh, so ugly. So there's two main times that you're going to be waiting for this kinetic chain of energy to be moving through your body. The second one is on the finish, but the first one actually comes earlier in the throw, and this is out of the back. And this was a feeling that it took me a long time to figure out. And it's that you're setting up this stretch and creating the energy by opening up your foot, and then waiting for that chain of energy to travel through your legs until you're at the point that you can get to the middle. The big thing you want to do is make sure that you're not rushing this point of the throw, because rushing this energy chain will make it very difficult to get to the middle in a good position so that you can finish that energy chain. In order to execute these movements properly, there's a couple main positions that you want to be in. But the most valuable thing that you can do is try to work on keeping a nice vertical posture with level hips and shoulders throughout the throw. A great way to practice this is by using a broomstick, and you can either hold it on your hips and do a drill, or you can hold it up on your shoulders and do a drill. Having the broomstick in those positions can help you visualize what you're doing with your hips and shoulders on the throw. Because the broomstick acts as an extension of your shoulders and your hips, it really exaggerates on the far end, so the tips of the broomstick will be exaggerating what your shoulders and your hips are doing, making it a lot easier to see some of the positions that you're missing. If you're going to do these drills, just think about keeping that broomstick level, and it's a lot easier to do that if you're balanced out of the back, so be patient, let the energy travel through your legs so that you can get to a nice balanced, good position going to the middle. Alright, I'm moving on to full throws, and one of the best ways to make sure that you get a smooth throw is making sure that you understand the technique and are hitting great positions. And you can test this by going slow. It's actually much harder to go slow and be balanced in good positions than it is to go fast and kind of blow through some of the positions. So by going slow, it tells me where I'm at in the ring, shows me where my feet are hitting. So hard. So the best throws for me that it feels like I'm keeping that kinetic energy chain moving through my body is when I make sure that I maintain this vertical posture in the middle so that I can loop around, and as I'm looping around, it's creating this coil tension with my hips and stuff. But if I get too bent forward or something, that kinetic chain stops moving at my waist, and then it's a whole separate movement to throw with just my arms. So keeping a vertical posture, looping around so that I can snap everything through. All right, patient out of the back so my lower body doesn't work for me. Get to the middle with a vertical posture so that I can get that coil and stretch and snap. The other thing I want to talk about that will stop the energy movement is if your feet are too blocked off, so you can't continue to turn. Now my hips aren't getting all the way through, or if it's a bit more open, I can actually turn all the way through, and that's going to help everything come and snap through. I also have quite a bad habit of going to the middle and getting my left arm too high, that's getting my left shoulder down. Now from here to get my foot to the middle, this kind of comes around and throws my hips off. So getting to that middle nice and balanced with a good posture helps keep everything upright so I can get that foot down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, I think, elbow drop and do some weird stuff.
Great work. I love it.
Alright, so for discus, I'm thinking the same things of the level hips and level shoulder. The biggest difference between discus and shot put is how long the discus takes to come through to the finish. Because your arm's so long, it really feels like it's 4 times longer than a shot put throw, where you're just almost at the finish instantly. So super patient and let the disc finish all the way around down the middle and finish that kinetic chain of energy so it snaps out. So another thing I need to be very cautious of is out of the back, not letting the discus get too far behind here. It drops down and then it's hard for me to catch up with it. So as I'm coming to the middle, I want to make sure I'm bringing that disc with me so it's not behind, and that helps on the finish to be in a better position to actually snap it. Yeah, I felt it. I feel like out of the back on that one, it was like good posture, level shoulders and level hips. Yeah, so that one you can see discus came out early instead of finishing all the way through and getting all the energy into it.
That's good. Oh.
Yeah, I felt jumpy out of the back. I felt like rushed and jumpy out of the back. Yeah. Feels rushed. I was just trying to get the throws out. All right, guys, that is it for me today. Things are feeling awesome technically, and I'm just going to continue to work on these things, and over thousands of throws are going to be ingrained in my muscle memory, and then I won't need to think about the positions anymore. But until then, considering the physics and thinking about the positions and why I'm hitting them is helping me to figure out the positions and get a lot more smooth throws. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it and take something away from this. If you did enjoy it, leave a like, and if you really enjoyed it, subscribe for more. I will see you guys in the next one.